Hey guys, what is going on? Today, a bit of a different video. I'm going to be reacting and rewatching my first 3 million damage game. So this was like 3 years ago, and I haven't watched this video since I made it, or around that time, so years ago. And we're going to jump into it and react live to it. So let's do it. Let's start this video up. So, alright, here's the beginning. 3 weeks ago, first close attempt at 3 million. So I guess I was doing like a flashback thing. And remember, this was a big, heavy Spectre meta time. Oh, I remember this. So this was the flashback a couple weeks before. And look, I just get that kill, but my damage isn't 3 million. Oh, look at this template. This is like major nostalgia. Look how the silver is set up. Premium, 2.9 million, 2.96 million. So that was the flashback. And then Saturday, June 2nd, 2018, this game happened. So, man, that's like just over 3 years ago. That's crazy. So the real key to any 3 million game at this time was to run all Spectres. I had 4 Spectres in this hangar. And free-for-all was fairly new because, you know, the max damage is around 2 million, and then free-for-all was released as a game mode, and then max damages just went up big time. But the Spectre was by far the best robot in the game at rolling. Boom. And Orkans were as strong as ever. Man, I miss those Orkans. So at this point, we already have 2 kills. And I was just chasing down guys. And this was obviously before the Spectre got nerfed, so we had that extra long stealth once we hit the ground. And I was just looking for the closest. Boom, and man, oh man, just watching that brings joy to my heart, seeing those Orkans. So the main thing with trying to chase this 3 million damage, because I was trying to do it for weeks and months at a time. Ooh. And I was turning sideways to try to avoid those Tyrann shots. Boom, there we go. So Rampage already. So this was when the kill streaks came out. Because remember, that voice wasn't always there. But the main thing with the 3 million damage is you constantly wanted to be pretty much chasing down enemies. Because, you know, you only have 10 minutes. And remember, that guy stole my kill, but... Okay, so I was reloading. As well, you know, sometimes even in free-for-all these days, and that was a Rhino, jeez. Even in free-for-all these days, not always do the 5 players drop in. So it was really important that all 5 players did drop in on these games, because you wanted as many enemies as possible. So I had 4 Spectres and a Haichi in here. And I had a pretty good mix of Spectre Orkans and Spectre Tyranns. And those were the most awesome builds. I mean, at the time, they probably weren't that awesome because everybody was running Spectres. But awesome. Splash. Boom. Another kill. So yeah, I remember I had some kind of method in my head coming up in this, and that's a Rhino, got that kill. I wanted to have like a certain number of kills by like the 6-minute mark. I think it was like 9 kills or something, because in total I needed like, what was it, 16 or 17 kills? Because that, if I got those whole kills, then that would get me to the 3 million mark. Boom, triple kill. So you can see, getting kills wasn't really the issue. It was just trying to get them fast enough. That was the whole problem with the 3 million chase. I mean, these days, 3 million means nothing. It's like, man, 2 million used to be crazy damage. Then it went to 3 million. And then as we shoot this Balgasari. And then, yeah, as we got to 3 million. And now, these days, boom, Rampage. It's like 6 million is the same, but it's not really the same because there's so much inflation of damage these days. Uh-oh, what is that? A hover. Boom. Godlike. Man, it's like this was yesterday. I remember this meta very clearly. Constant specters. It was like whoever jumped, if you were one-on-one with a spectre, whoever jumped first would die. Even 3 orcans could do some serious damage. Okay, so there's like 6 minutes left, but we got 10 kills. So we're by far the first place. Being first place was not the issue. And it would also help if the players you were playing with weren't as good. As crazy as that sounds, if you played with really bad players, odds are they wouldn't be getting as many kills, so then you had more opportunities to get more kills. So there were always these weird little things to think about. You wanted to face a lot of durability robots. You wanted, you know, ideally Raijings and Bulgasaris, Lancelots. And you didn't want to face Spectres because they were harder to take down and didn't have as much health, so then you wouldn't get as much damage. Gee, we got wrecked there. So then I decided to drop in the Spectre Tyrans. And this was peak Spectre Tyrans. This thing was a monster. Before the Tyrans and the Spectre was nerfed. Let's see if we get a good clip here. What is that? Oh, that's an Ancelot. Was this during the Ancelot meta? I think this was a bit after the Ancelot meta, but players were still running them. And you can see, even with just Tyrans, we're just absolutely cooking this guy. Boom. And that sound, how fast these things shot. Listen to these. They sound like plasma cannons. These days they're like milk duds. And the Tyrans were especially effective because they didn't have that long reload that the Orcans had. So around this mark in the game, I was probably getting a little bit nervous because I have 11 kills and there's 4 minutes to go. I still need another like 6 kills. 7 kills maybe. And that kill was kind of stolen, but it doesn't really matter because damage was what mattered. Because 3 million damage was the goal. So this was a Bulgasari. I was trying to break his shield, and that shield was really strong back then. And, oh, this guy probably takes me out. I can only imagine back then. I can't remember my actual reaction because I wasn't doing face cams back then, but I imagine I was pretty nervous. I was like, oh man, this game's not going to work. Because I was trying so many games to get 3 million damage. That was the goal every time I played free-for-all. So that one was pretty good. The Spectre Orcan absolutely dominated Bulgasaris back then. Boom, double kill. It's like, alright, now we got 13. See, now players start to trickle in at the end of the games because, you know, some players leave the games or they mech out early and can't bring the robots back. But that guy's running a Raijing, and the Raijing was a gold mine because the Raijing back then had the most durability of any robot in the game because obviously no Titans existed. So I was like, okay, as long as this other guy doesn't touch this Raijing, and hopefully it was maxed out because that'd be a ton of damage for us. Boom. Easy kill. Loads of damage. And this was a Fury, and I didn't have a full boom, take him out. So I just wanted enemies to keep trickling in, keep dropping in, make sure they drop in all the robots. And near the end of the game, this is when it got tricky, because look, there's only one guy left, and he really needs to keep dropping his robots, and it comes down to just like, you know, a little bit of damage. Every shot counts at the end. And I assumed he was a Haichi or an Ancelot. Oh yeah, I remember this. It was another Raijing. And that was like double good. So now we got 2 Raijings under our belt, which is probably around, back then, like 700,000 damage, which was crazy amount. And then what? Is this guy running another Raijing? I can't remember. No, now he's got like a Haichi. Because honestly, if I was this player, I probably just wouldn't drop in. If I'm getting taken, if 3 of my robots are getting taken up by one guy, I'd be pretty unmotivated. See, now is a rush. Now I wanted a minute left. We really need to get this kill. We don't know what damage amount we were at because we don't have a damage counter. So we had to really rush here and push to the limit. At this part, my hands are probably shaking. Hands are sweating. We're rushing. 40 seconds. We need this damage big time. We don't know how much damage we've done. We don't know how much we need. We just want to get as much as possible. We have to eat that damage because we have to get in position for our jump. And he had another robot. I assume I didn't kill this guy, right? Because 15 seconds. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Ooh, okay, so I could have done a little bit more, but at this point, I was like 17 robots. That's pretty crazy. And what's the result? And we got it, obviously, 3.9 million damage, and that was insane. I remember being so happy that we got that. But man, 3 years later, if you get 3 million damage, you're a chump. Not a chump, but man, now it's like 6 million damage. But guys, thanks for watching the video. I thought I'd do just kind of a old flashback reaction video to this because that was pretty crazy. 17 kills, 3 million damage. That's a pretty big milestone because I assume other players had hit that 3 million damage mark, but I just didn't see it at all posted or recorded on YouTube. So I was like, oh, let's chase it and why not make a video about it? And I think it was a pretty popular video. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Till next video, peace. See you guys next video.